Hi everybody! So I am going to do a quick setup video on how I do the low immersion dyeing. So I've got my pan here, and I'm in my studio right now, so normally I would do this like in my kitchen, but my husband's in there doing dishes and stuff. So I'm in my studio. So I've already prepared my acid bath, and I have it over here off to the side. And I made sure that the pH level is where it needs to be with the test strips. And I'm going to add the water to the pan. And I just added a little bit. I already know where the acid level is, so I'm going to go ahead and add my fiber to it. Gently pat it down. I got a domestic diva here spatula, and I only use this for dyeing. Like I said before, acid dye's got a lot of nasty heavy metals and stuff in it you won't want to put in your mouth. So if you use any of your kitchen utensils for this, you can only use it for dyeing after that. Do not use this for food. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit more water to the top of this. See, I had a little bit of dye powder left because I didn't clean it, but that's okay. I have already preheated my oven to about 200 degrees. This water is lukewarm because you don't want to shock it with, you don't want to put it in hot water immediately. You want to gradually bring up the temperature. So that's why I always use a lukewarm water. And I'm making sure that it's all submersed. That sounded weird. The low immersion, it stops the colors from muddying because it doesn't allow for the dye to travel all over the place. Okay. I'll bring you back when I add the color. Alright, so I'm bringing you back. I'm going to put my dye on here. I'm using some Dharma dye on this. Like I said, a little bit goes a whole long way. You see, I just have a little I'm going to use. Next, I'm going to use some Cushing's dye. You know, it's St. Patrick's Day, so I get you back in focus. I'm sorry, guys. Like I said, I need to get some better filming equipment so I can do some better tutorials for you guys. But I hope you get the gist of the idea of what I'm trying to present for you here. St. Patrick's Day, so we're going with the green colorway. I think I'm going to add a little bit more of the Spearmint Breeze. People are so afraid to dye. That sounds really weird, doesn't it? People are afraid to dye, and I don't know why. Yeah, fiber's expensive, but, you know, you learn, and if you mess up a dye pot, man, that's cool. You can always over-dye it with something else. If you don't like the result, just experiment and have a lot of fun with it. That's how I learned. I just had to do everything on my own, and I tried a bunch of stuff, made a lot of mistakes, and I still make mistakes, and I still learn from them, and some of my best yarn I've ever done were dye pot mistakes. And I wish I was kidding about that, but I'm not. So I don't know why it's not staying in focus. I will say this, if I'm trying out a new colorway, I generally don't use my really expensive, like, my Paul Ware silks or my merino silks or something like that. Like, I wouldn't do that unless I was feeling particularly ballsy that day. And I will bring you back when I get this out of the oven. Guys, so I brought you back. I took this out of the oven, and I was going to show you what I meant by, you know, it's finished when your dye water is, your exhaust is clear. You see, the water that we put in there is completely clear. So that means all of the dye has been exhausted. And I'm going to let this completely cool before I rinse it. And I will show you the finished product in the finished video. Thanks.